Okay, so I do this thing. Okay, sorry. This is Pearl Losers Round 1, PennyPen versus Lani. Let me bring out this doc the video. Embiggen the video. Okay, I do this thing. And I think you should do it too. I do this thing where I just play through the Carbuncle's Corner videos on a private tab with ads on. The playlist is long enough that you can't get through the entire playlist in a full 16 hours, right? I call it juice tabbing because hopefully it generates enough ad revenue to be able to fund Juice's enterprise.
Too bad.
Satisfied at last.
It's like what stans do while they're streaming. You know, when they're like, oh, like, get Jungkook to 1 million streams and they don't even be listening to that shit. This is a safe space because this is Puyo Puyo YouTube, so a stan will never find me, I says cluelessly. Anyway, I tell that story not to distract you from this wonderful battle of titans, but because I, like, heard myself. So PennyPen just ruined a beautiful 4chain in the most irritating way to me. Anyway, I like hear myself because I have the volume on really quietly. PennyPen cannot live this because he has no place to put those yellows.
So
I have it quiet because sometimes when I have it muted, just the tab just stops and then my computer will be like, oh, there's no activity going on, and it'll shut off. I can't have that happening. I just heard myself, like, ever so faintly just going, stairs! Oh, look, what do you know? Speak of the devil, it's Lani doing stairs on the right side of the screen. Lani sent Penny quite a bit of damage. And all she's got to do is fish him off. And she's got it. With this 4chain, power 4. I think that's the highest I've seen Penny chain with damage. I'm actually really impressed. Actually. Okay, there's not enough greens here for an all clear start. So I think what Penny is worried about. There's a bit of a nice chain here. It's a 3. Now this might actually catch Lani. Lani needs to dig down in order to get access to her reds. And now she's going to need to pop those reds because they weren't deep enough. But now, reds wide open. So here comes the 5chain.
So I won, huh?
On a completely unrelated note, does anybody else hate the way Sig's voice actor says lapis lazuli? Lapis lazuli. He says lapis lazuli, and it's like, I mean, it's probably fine, but that don't make it nice. Okay, so Lani missed an all clear full chain there. Just rotating the blue-green to be on top of column 34. With that red, the double red would have triggered the chain. And she would have had a pretty easy follow-up with the all-clear. But this is a nice follow-up. This 1-2 punch, this Hellfire.
So I won, huh?
So I do like that Lani is employing a variety of strategies in order to defeat her opponent. Sorry, if it sounds like I've gone really quiet, it's because I am whispering a little bit. I have lowered the volume of my microphone and started carrying it because previously I was not carrying it because I was too busy eating chips. But I think my mom's on the phone, so now I need to lower the volume of my voice.
How's that?
So we got a bit of a damage chain from Lani. And Lani's just sending bigger damage than Penny is. I'm a little confused what Lani's doing with this chain, though. I would imagine... Okay. I think those games are there. It's powered up 3. And because PennyPen's column 3 is so high, this kills him instantly. Because of course it does. I think if I can get through this fast enough, I might be able to catch Eris playing the weird route, Delta Room. I didn't join earlier. I didn't join her stream earlier because she was playing Chapter 4, and yesterday I was so, like, bothered by the incompleteness of the Chapter 3 playthrough that I just got really itchy about joining to go watch Chapter 4. So that was how I was feeling. I'm gonna listen out to see if my mom is really on the phone, if she's like back and she's on the phone. Well, I took off my headphones and I couldn't hear anything but the sound of my computer fan. Is it babbling? The babbling could very well just be me.
Oh boy.
Okay, so Penny takes out that attack, and Penny's attack comes out very quickly, which is burying Lani. We got this 2-chain follow-up, so now... Alright, so we have a little bit of a strategy from Penny. Penny's catching on to the importance of these block-offs. Getting a bit of a flat stacking. There's like all clear potential somewhere in these pieces. They're like there's like enough of the colors. Lani set off that chain a little bit too quickly, and Penny just had a more powerful 4. The second 4 from Penny. Maybe I've been gone for a really long while because this is the first I've seen of something like this from Penny specifically. Okay, this game is getting very gung-ho with these purples. Purples that Lani does not want. Still open at the sides. I'm gonna use those blues to get a 2-chain to bring that column 3 a little bit down. In addition to getting a decently sized cheat chain at the top of the board. Pops those reds, doesn't bother to use them to extend. I'm seeing some things that Lani could be doing with some of these pieces. So, okay, the 2-chain, 3-chain actually, with those reds. So, Lani's reached the bottom of the board pretty low down, wants a blue, and then a green. Opts for the 2-chain instead of putting the green on top of the red to get to something. I'm like looking in some very particular places for certain chain extensions. It's like fine if the players aren't seeing them. Lani's winning this war of attrition, you know, initially got blocked off, and then used those pokes, those 2-chain pokes, in order to keep the pressure on and reverse her fortunes. So now Penny's on the ropes. He's in a bit of a rough spot. It's the match point for Lani. Lani kind of freehanding a little bit.
Huh?
Setting up a big 3-chain. Penny gonna get that blue in time to set up this 4-chain.
Oh boy.
A little bit of red at the top there, a third red. I don't know if it was too high for a third red. It seemed pretty dangerous of a build, but it would have been a 5-chain with that third red on top. PennyPen doing the follow-up. Placing that red in such a way where, you know, the red adds to the extension of the chain. Unfortunately, the damage blocking off with the greens gets a red. In order to be able to set that off, it uses the damage to make the green an extension. It's almost like a reversible chain. Min and 12 on the board right now, probably contributing to some of the damage increase. Making some of these attacks a little bit more powerful. I haven't really super looked into how Margin Time scales specifically during the milestones. Great. Lani keeping that yellow open. Unfortunately, that yellow-blue not exactly what she was looking for. Its attacks seem to be landing a lot. Lani living by the skin of her teeth. Really wanted to rotate that blue into column 5 though.
Too bad.
Satisfied at last.
PennyPen catching up behind. There's a gap of 1 game between the two of them. Reminder that Lani still only needs 1 game to take it. Now, that damage isn't going to be nearly enough to defeat Lani. Lani even has a little bit of a tail there. She puts a red on top of column 5. Although...
Cerulean.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a real tail. Penny not having the piece to set off his chain. Faced with a rock and a high column 3, that's going to be instant death with no chance of counterattack. So, congratulations, Lani. A strong showings from both players. I like seeing the improvements over time. On to the next one.